Hi everyone, welcome to Coding Vibes. This is the next video of Solid Principle series where we are going to discuss about Liskov substitution principle. So let's go over the definition of Liskov substitution principle first. So the definition of Liskov substitution principle is the superclass should be replaceable with its subclasses without affecting the correctness of the code. So what does that mean? So let's say you have a superclass. Superclass is nothing but the base class, let's say. So if you have, let's say, a base class and it has some child classes, so let's say C1, C2 and C3, and let's say this is the base class B. According to Liskov substitution principle, you can always replace this superclass with its subclasses. So wherever we have used this particular base class or superclass, we can always change it to its child class, let's say C1, and the code should function as it is, like there should not be any error. So this is the Liskov substitution principle. Let's take an example, very famous example of payment service that we are talking from our single responsibility principle video. So if you recall from single responsibility principle, we had a payment processor class, right? It had three implementation: credit card payment, PayPal payment, and Bitcoin payment. So this was so in the context of Liskov substitution principle, this is our superclass. These would be the child classes. Now let's say we have a payment service. Payment service has a simple method, make payment, and make payment method takes two input parameters. One is payment processor, this base or superclass, and then a payment object. Then what it does is it uses the payment processor, that means PP, and then we had a method process payment which takes payment as an object. If you recall from our last video, this payment object would have the amount and everything, right? Now let's try to see how we can use these classes to demonstrate Liskov substitution principle. So let's say we have a main method. Let's initialize our payment service in the main method. Let's create a payment object as well, payment P1. Now let's say we want to process this P1 payment using PayPal payment method. So what we can do is we can create a PayPal payment object, and then we can use payment service dot make payment, and then we can use our payment service dot make payment, pass on PayPal payment, and then the P1. So if you see, if our implementation for superclasses and subclasses is following Liskov substitution principle, then in that case this particular piece of code should work correctly. Reason being, we have substituted base class object in place of superclass, right? And similarly, if you want to take another example, let's say we can have another payment. Let's say we want to process P2 payment via Bitcoin payment method. So we can create a Bitcoin, and then again we can use payment service, so ps.make payment. Again, this is the same thing. We are using the child class in place of superclass, and then we are passing the P2 object. So this should work correctly if we have followed the Liskov substitution principle. Next, we are going to code this example, and we'll take another example where we'll be discussing in depth about Liskov substitution principle. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.